Pokimane is a streamer that seems to be kind of controversial. I don't know. It seems like there are a lot of people on the internet that really hate her. I don't know all the lore, so I don't know if maybe she's like murdered a puppy or something. So I'm not going to sit here and say whether or not the hate is justified. I will say though, I remember like the last controversy that she got in where she like started selling like cookies. They were like $28. I remember looking at the situation and I was like, well, it's not the most insane thing in the world. Like, you get 4 packs when you order them. That's why they're $28. They're also gluten-free, so they're like bullshit healthy cookies. I mean, those are generally going to be more expensive. And then you're also paying for like the shipping and handling. I don't know. I just remember thinking that it wasn't that ridiculous of a price. Like, am I going to buy the cookies? No. I don't know why anybody would ship cookies to themselves. Like, just go to the grocery store and buy some cookies. But anyways, information has come out that will potentially change the way that we all look at the Pokester forever. Don't worry, I'll never call her that again.
Many years ago, when I was like super omega active on YouTube and I was working with a lot of different editors, there was one editor in particular that I would work with a lot because his edits were really good, but he had one major problem, which was that sometimes out of nowhere, his videos would just be like a week or 2 late.
If you're out there in the workforce, I promise you, the best thing that you can possibly do is be reliable. Whether it be showing up to work on time consistently, oh my God, I promise you your boss is going to love that. If you're like really good at your job, but you're constantly showing up to work late, or you're constantly just like not getting your work done on time. But then you have another guy who maybe isn't as good, but they're just consistent in their work. Your employer is going to value that worker more. So if you're out there, either show up to work on time or get your projects done on time. Just do it.
And when you're trying to upload consistently, and when that's really important for the algorithm, it's kind of a problem. But his edits were fucking heat. So I was just like, I don't know. I was like trying to make it work with him, and I would ask him like, is there anything that I can help with? Anything that I can do to kind of like make it easier to be on time? And like, you're welcome to tell me if you're going to be a bit slower with the upload so that maybe we can work around it, blah, 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 blah.
I will say Pokimane does seem to be a pretty cool boss here. When you're turning in your stuff 2 weeks late, as a boss, I feel like at that point you're justified in kind of being a bit meaner, you know, being like, hey, where the fuck is my Fortnite edit? I have to please the 12-year-olds in my audience. I'm sorry, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at the camera, at the non-existent audience that I have.
Months go by, and he messages me out of the blue, and he says, hey, do you have time to talk? I'm ready to finally tell you why I've been struggling so much with deadlines.
Now, I'm assuming Pokimane here is very interested in seeing, like, well, what's going on? Like, has he been having to take care of his elderly grandmother who has Alzheimer's and is also an amputee? I mean, surely he must have a valid reason for not getting his work done on time.
And I said, oh, like, great. Hopefully this is something that we can fix. Tell me why he proceeds to tell me that the reason why he would sometimes turn around videos a week or 2 late is because he couldn't stop touching himself.
It should go without saying, this is a crazy thing to tell your boss. Like, what? Even if I had a situation like this, whatever condition, mental condition that causes you to do this, I would never tell a single soul. That's just one of those things, you know, buddy, you got to resolve on your own. Those are your own personal demons to fight. Your boss can't help you there. Yeah, I mean, much less is that like an excuse for turning in videos a week or 2 late. Because, I mean, listen, I haven't seen the videos that he edited, but were they really that much work to get done? Like, my videos, for example, are not difficult to edit at all. The main reason why I upload as infrequently as I do is because I have a full-time job that I do outside of this. I also try to upload stuff on my second channel. So you know, it is what it is. I'm on that grind. I'm on that Sigma grind set. Now, like, I understand that addictions to these sorts of things are a thing, but like, really? Like, it's like that bad that like you can't edit a fucking Pokimane YouTube video? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me.
When I tell you I've never halted a conversation so fast, because I'm like, you are the person that I send like hours of footage to. I don't want to know what you're jacking it to. I don't want to know more. I shouldn't even know how much I know right now.
Yeah, no, those are valid feelings. Those are valid feelings that Pokimane is expressing there. I feel like there's a possibility that Pokimane might be fibbing here. Like, maybe? I don't... It's just such an insane thing to say to your boss. Well, how and why would you ever think that this is a good idea? It's like maybe he's like, my addiction is so bad, I have to fix it. You don't go to your boss, you go to your fucking therapist. Like, what are you talking about?
But I felt so bad, and I have firsthand experience kind of seeing how much...
Excuse me? Pokimane what? Rock eyebrow raise?
I mean, like, I've seen people that I've even lived with struggle with addiction. So when he's like, you know, like, this is like an addiction of mine, I genuinely felt really, really bad. So I still paid him for months.
Okay, now I really start to have questions here. Was this guy salaried? Was he not being paid, like, on commission? Would he not get paid whenever he would turn in a video? Were you paying him, like, a weekly salary? Pokimane deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think that Gooners have many advocates out there. I feel like Pokimane is like the Martin Luther King of Gooners. Is that appropriate to say?
I didn't want to be the reason that he like didn't have enough money. I don't know, you know?
Okay, so just to be clear, Pokimane, you would not have been the reason that he didn't have enough money. He would have been the reason that he didn't have enough money.
But like, there is no guidebook on what to do in a situation like that. You know what I mean?
Well, no, the only guide that you need to follow is the one that tells you that it's okay to fire your employees when they're turning in their work 2 weeks late. You don't even need to engage with the gooning, okay? The gooning is its own thing, okay? Those are his demons that he needs to fight. You can fire him just based on his work ethic.
Fire him? Am I even allowed to fire someone because they're jacking off too much? I don't know. I was like, is that prejudicial? Is that prejudicial?
Is Gooner a protected class? I feel like it might be at this point, considering how many of them are out there. I mean, I'm definitely not one of them, guys. I didn't almost do a Freudian slip, guys.
I will say, like, I really, really have a soft spot for addiction. And I explain why in next week's podcast episode. I tell a story that I've never told before, and you guys will understand why, both in this instance and why I've been so outspoken against the promotion of gambling on Twitch and how important regulations around things that are addictive are.
I mean, I guess I can understand this, but at the same time, like, this guy was, like, heavily impacting your business. Like, posting your videos, like, 2 weeks late is a big deal. Especially assuming that they were, like, somewhat timely things that, like, already happened on stream. Like, you want to get those clips up on your YouTube channel as quickly as possible. But I mean, I could also imagine a situation where she was probably like rich at the time, so she learns this and she does end up feeling kind of bad for the guy. But like, I know if I were in this situation, I would at least be suspicious that the guy's just taking advantage of me, considering I'm willing to pay him even though I'm not doing any work. And honestly, even her asking the question does kind of indicate that she didn't fire him, so I want to hear more about the situation. Did he end up fixing his goonish tendencies? Like, did he end up being a more responsible employee? Or maybe there's an even sadder ending. Maybe his edits got worse. Maybe the post-nut clarity is what fueled his really good edits. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But yeah, this is definitely a bit of a silly situation where we are engaging in some silly goosery over here. Should Gunnar be a protected class? That is the topic of conversation. I want to hear your arguments, either yay or nay. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.